the reason most people wait instead of acting is because they believe in this myth of overnight success. And you're probably wondering, who's this guy in a mask trying to look good for the gal? My name is Swift FX, and I've made a lot of mistakes during my time. My story isn't the sort of story where, oh, I was poor, I had no money to my name, and I had to make my way out of the slums. No, my story is actually quite different. I've always been blessed. I've always had a natural talent for things. Everything I laid my hands on, I got. I don't have to put in the effort. Even in terms of school, I never had to revise and I got A's and B's in my exams. Most people see it as a blessing. But if you're trying to become a man, that's probably the biggest curse you can get. Once I found out about trading and I got into it, I thought that it'd be the same, that I'd get away with it, not putting in work. But, well, after almost a year, I figured out that that's not the truth. I never backtested, I never journaled, I never did any of the things that profitable traders tell you that you have to do in order to make it. Now, a month ago, I was in a horrible losing streak, and I got humbled by my mentor, OneFX. Pretty much, he told me he's not gonna sugarcoat it, you're not gonna make it, and it got to me. I felt guilt. I felt like I wasted a year doing absolutely nothing. I've got no results. I've got nothing. I had a couple nice months, so I was just top ticking and bottom ticking every single market. I thought that results would just show up one day, or I just had to pray, and then God will give it to me. But the thing is, God won't give you the things that you can't handle. And I think it depends on the type of person you are. I think that if you want to become a man, you have to you have to face the things that can become problems later on in the future. If you've been given a blessing or just anything in life and you can't handle it, or you haven't been through the things to be able to make you the type of person to maintain it, how are you possibly going to maintain it? And, this got me thinking, like, bro, I'm putting the work. I haven't backtested, I haven't journaled. And only recently I started backtesting at least an hour a day, and I saw some great results. I'm not gonna lie, I saw some really great results. I think like maybe a day after I backtested, hopped on live markets, and I got absolutely naughty word, alright? I thought to myself, bro, I put in the work for a day, like, how have I not just gotten my take profit hit or not? And that's really cool false dopamine. You feel like after one day you've already made it. And then I tried the next day, I thought I was gonna be profitable, and guess what? No, I wasn't. And then I realized, why did I lose? So I can journal on my notebook. As soon as I lost two trades in a row, by the way. The first thing I did was hopped on, said my emotions, said what I need to do better. For example, I was impatient, or I rushed it, or FOMO, whatever it is. And then now I know, okay, cool, what do I need to do next? Don't FOMO. Wait. And here's the thing, you see someone finally make it, and they post their car, the house, the lifestyle, the buy apartment, one effects. And then you think, wow, they're lucky. But what you don't see were the nights that they worked when everyone else went partying.
I listen to real talk, yeah. Or scheming out here, going, partying, whatever it is, yeah. Getting drunk, all of that, yeah. I'm out here, I'm going gym, I'm working hard. I come back and I'm focusing on my two businesses. My two businesses, bro. How can certain man out here waste their time when they can be using it productively? How can you be doing that when you know you haven't reached success? The only time you should be partying is when you're successful, bro. And that's what I'm gonna get.
You don't see the after hours where everyone went home. When the markets closed, most people just say, okay, this is my time to rest. But for the profitable people, they see it as a time to refine the strategy and backtest. Now, you don't see the sacrifices that no one clapped for. And what looks like a breakthrough is only a breakthrough because you finally noticed. But it wasn't sudden. You just didn't notice it. And where most people go wrong, they wait for their own big break instead of building it. And they think that success will find them. Now, you hear people online tell you that everything will end up clicking in trading. You have that sort of aha moment, but you don't, right? There's only effort, repeated, ugly, unglamorous effort, day after day, even when you feel like, okay, cool, let me just go sleep because this day is not working out for me. Brother, stop talking, just start doing. There's been so many times I've doubted myself. I promise you, every single day, I think to myself, okay, cool, what if I don't make it? Or what if just my strategy stops working or something like that, right? And the thing is, think of anyone you admire. Could be Ronaldo, could be Messi, could be Kim Kardashian, mate, if I knows. But by the time you saw them, they'd already put in years of work, years of rejection, years of tribulation, trials, and I don't know why I'm holding this in my hand. You don't see that. You just see the aftermath. You just see the after photo. And because of that, you underestimate the grind that it took to actually get to where they are. And while you're waiting for that moment, while you're waiting for that time to get ready, someone else is working. They're putting in the reps, the sets, they're making the calls, they're building connections. You know, network is net worth. They're learning from failure. And every day that you don't, the gap between where you are and where you can get gets wider. And if you see my TikTok, I've said this one quote: every day that you avoid a pebble, it becomes a huge mountain. And whether you like it or not, one day you're going to have to face it. And if you don't face it, you're not going to get anywhere. Now, you don't need to be perfect to start. You know, you don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start. No one just travels through like a Minecraft portal and then gets into a realm of profitability. They build this shit brick by brick, hour by hour, and choice by choice. And you've waited long enough. Now it's time to work. Make sure you follow my TikTok, Swift_FX1, or something like that. Now, thank you all for watching this video. If you've watched until now, comment action, alright? Because this is like an action push trying to get you to start something.